Greetings, everyone. I am again for Annette while she performs some administrative stuff. Welcome to TokiTV, everybody. And let's go around the room and say hi. First, the talkative Deb Cruz, if we could keep it to minutes. Okay, Deb? Okay.
Yeah, keep it just to a minute, right?
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Hanging in there. Hope you all are doing well and staying cool in the heat. And for those of you who are getting inundated with storms in the southeast, prayers are with you. Stay safe.
Great. And Deborah, how are you?
I'm really, really good. Same as the other Deborah, big prayers for so many around the world. Fires, storms. I mean, let's all just blow a kiss to Pachamama and say we got her back, you right? And Natalie, welcome to the show. So happy to see a young person. I'm a little sensitive today, so disregard the little bit of the tears, but so happy to see a young person being touched by this magnificent being. And that is what her legacy is all about. And you will continue that. So thank you.
And yes, I should mention our special guest, Natalie, who is here to talk about Toki, who she wrote a book about. So we'll go into that. And but Christina, good morning. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm good. I'm happy to be here, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what Natalie has to say and hear your story and how the orcas touched your life. And I'm right with Deb. It's awesome to see youth carrying on this passion for these majestic beings. So thank you for coming, Natalie.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're happy you're here.
And so Annette.
Okay, I'm done pressing buttons. I think we're now. I think we're good on the Facebook groups and on YouTube. And I'm not quite cool enough to be on Instagram yet with the buttons. But Natalie, now that I have Natalie, maybe she can help me figure that out moving forward, so we can start streaming to Instagram as well. I'm really, really excited to be hanging out with you today, Natalie. We met earlier this week and just kind of started talking about what Natalie's been up to, and then she's sending me pictures to show today. And man, you're now you're now one of my idols as well, Natalie, because the stuff that you're up to at 14, holy moly, we need more people like you. And so yeah, I've been blown away receiving the pictures and just kind of reading up. And then my doorbell just rang literally 2 minutes before we started the show, and this is what arrived. So I want to show everyone. So this is the book, and this is kind of what prompted today. So Natalie's going to be doing a book signing there at the Langley Whale Center, and so I saw it posted on Orca Network, and I called Cindy, and I'm like, Cindy, we need to get this kid on the show. And so here you are, Natalie. Thank you for being with us. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us, Natalie, let's just get into it, because the book is titled For TokiTV. And you have an interesting story about how you first learned about her, but even before that, how you learned about the Southern residents. So do you mind to kind of walk us through when you first heard about the Southern residents, and then walk us from there?
Mm-hmm. So I first heard about the Southern residents when I was in 6th grade, I think. And I first heard TokiTV's story about how she carried her calf. And I was going through a loss. And so just hearing about how orcas can experience that grief too, I think really helped me. And then I started doing more research about the Southern residents, and then I just really grew to love them, and I want to help them. And then I adopted TokiTV through the Whale Museum, and then we went to Friday Harbor that summer, and I got to see the J and the L pod for the first time. So yeah.
Oh.
And then when I first heard about TokiTV was while we were waiting for the Southern residents, because the day before we had missed them by 1 hour. So the next day, my mom and I got up really early, and we waited there for like 7 or 8 hours. But it was so worth it because we got to see both of the pods, and it was amazing.
You're muted, Annette.
I muted my own self. So you met somebody there, right, at Sk'aliCh'elh, another tourist, maybe. Why don't you tell us about that conversation?
Yeah. So while we were waiting for to see the Southern residents, we were talking to some of the people who were also there, and when I heard someone talking about TokiTV, and so I went and I did more research after hearing about her, and that's when I started to get more involved.
Awesome. Do you know what grade you were in at that time?
Mm-hmm. It was 6th grade, probably the summer between 6th and 7th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're going into what grade now?
I'm going into 9th grade now.
Okay, cool. So Natalie didn't just hear about this. Natalie went and did research, and then I'm not sure because I haven't read the book because it got here 2 minutes before we started. Why don't I mean, there's a lot, right? So because you do a lot of environmental work, which we'll get to in a little while, which is just fabulous. You're 14 years old and you're involved in all these groups and starting groups, and but with Toki, what touched you the most? Do you think about her story from your research? What did you learn that touched you the most?
I think while I was doing my research, at first I was very shocked about like the capture and how the conditions of like the tank and things, and I was very upset about that. And then but I think it was also very inspiring to hear about all the people who had been working to bring her home for so long. And then also just hearing about her endurance. And I remember like going to one of the, I don't remember if it was Waves of the Wilds or one of the conferences with the Orca Network, I think in 7th grade. I just remember someone talking about how she would just keep doing laps around her tank to keep herself healthy, and just I think her endurance was very inspiring to me.
That's really sweet. That's really sweet. I'm going to show this picture of you. Was this the first time? Was this your first trip there? Yeah. This is very cool. This picture is beautiful. I'm not sure who took that.
Oh, my mom did.
We're going to talk about your mom in a little bit too, because I'm inspired by your mom too, and just what she's done. So we'll bring her on camera in a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the book that you wrote. I don't know if you want to read us any pages, or how do you want to go about that?
I can talk a little bit about it and then maybe read it or read a part of it.
That sounds cool.
Okay. So I started writing it when I was in 7th grade, and it was I started writing it in hopes that it would inspire people to get more involved and that it would have a happier ending. And then afterwards, at first I was like, should I finish writing it or should I just leave it? But I decided to finish it because I wanted a way to share like her legacy with other people and for people to remember her. Do you want? I can read the prologue if you would like. Or,
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. So, okay. With every step, the sand and little pebbles feel warm under my bare feet. I feel the calm winds pushing the salty air through my lungs, and I hear the sounds of the waves delicately brushing against the shoreline, a sense of peace filling me. The sky is painted in beautiful pinks and oranges, with a backdrop of darkening blue. Taking a deep breath, I lower a cedar branch in the water. As I watch it being carried off to sea, I think of her. I get this heavy, sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. I miss her. I wade out ankle-deep into the ocean, taking in the solitude of the evening. Despite everything, I am grateful for her. As I lay out the next cedar branch, I think thank you. As the world starts to darken into night, I watch those cedar branches disappear, feeling content, knowing that she's here with me, knowing that there's hope.
Wow.
So that's the prologue.
That was beautiful. Beautiful. You're a beautiful writer.
Thank you.
I got the goosebumps.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, Deborah.
Yeah. It's and it's coming up on a year, Natalie, since Toki has moved on. We have not lost her. Just like you just read right now, she's still with us. You still feel that. You also, after she passed, you organized an entire event in Tacoma, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why don't you tell us about her memorial that you did?
Yeah, so I worked with Cindy from the Orca Network, and we organized a memorial at Foss Waterway because there weren't any memorials going on near the South Sound area, and I wasn't going to be able to go to like the ones happening in San Juan Islands, and I knew that there were people all over who needed to have a memorial, and so we hosted that, and I'm really glad that we did that, and it was just a great way to honor her. And I I remember while we were like setting up and things for the event and people were arriving, I was just talking to some people, and I think it was very inspiring how much Toki had affected so many people's lives. And so, yeah.
That's awesome. And I might be messing up the order of pictures here. Tell me, was this there at the event?
Yeah,
Is it,
that
okay.
was the table at the.
Okay, cool. So on here, I was noticing, so you have a book, you know, and then this, I just want to point out this flyer that you have there. So this is about Toki, and then you have very clear things that people could do to make a difference, right? So Toki's legacy, please make a pledge in honor of Toki Sk'aliCh'elh-tenaut to help her family, the endangered southern resident orcas. Pledge to do one item to help the southern residents. Here's some ideas. You can add one of your own. And you had them write their pledge on a sticky note and add it to the whale cutout there. And you had some really cool things that people could do, you know, volunteer with a nonprofit organization, spread the word. I mean, if you think about, you know, some native plants, clean a beach, advocate for the Snake River Dam removal. You're speaking the right language here to this group. Use less chemicals in your yard and your home. I want to highlight the spread the word because you went to Pine Kiln, but had somebody not been there talking about Toki, you may or may not have heard about her and gone back and done all this research and now be able to come and write a book. And like, who says that, right? At 14, and be able to educate other people on her plight and her family. So it's just so important that you didn't just take this on for you, Natalie. You took this on to share with so many people, and I'm absolutely in awe with you and your heart because people don't do that. People might learn about it for themselves and be like, "Wow, that's interesting," but not Natalie. You know, she go out and do something, and so I just want to say thank you. We're going to say thank you probably a bazillion times. But maybe you could walk me through some of these pictures as I show them from that memorial.
Yeah, so that was the table that we had, and we had the, like you were talking about, the actions poster and a few different flyers about her family and her, and some artwork that people had done. And oh, we also had like rocks and Sharpies, and so people would write a message or draw a picture on the rock and kind of keep that to remember the moment.
That might be different. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Different event. Sorry, she's done a lot, guys. Who are these guys?
That's my family. So that's, yeah, to the left is my dad, and then my mom and my brother. And then I have another older brother, but he's in college, so he wasn't there. And then after the talking part of the memorial, we went outside and we put cedar branches into the water. And so we had everyone put out a cedar branch, and we had the float with cedar and like flowers and things.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. And you hang out with some cool people.
Yeah.
Cindy, in a cool whale skirt, by the way. I hadn't noticed that before. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And you've been with Cindy at a few events, right? I think I saw a picture here. Tell us about this one.
So that was last June. So that was at an Orca Month event in Seattle, and it was for ban on toxic chemicals. I'm pretty sure it was called like the Clean Waters. I don't remember what it was called exactly, but there were different booths for different ocean conservation organizations, and there's that mural, and different speakers were there, and it was all about the ban on toxic chemicals.
That's really awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, she's done a lot. And I want to say this now, and then I'll say it again in a little while. But I do want to remind folks. So Natalie's doing her book signing here in just a little bit. So we only have her for about 20 more minutes, maybe, before she has to go get ready. 25 minutes before she goes and gets ready. So if you want, if you're going to be there at the Langley Well Center, you can get this book in person, and they even have it autographed. But if not, you can also get it on Amazon, and I'm going to drop that link here in a little bit. But if you go to Amazon and just put in her name, Nateli Sanderson, and I love the way you spell your name. So it's Nateli, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Nateli Sanderson, and if you go into Amazon, you can easily find that. And when we're talking again in a little while, I'll put that link so people can go buy the book. I know it's what I'll be doing tonight. I'll be reading your book, and I'm really looking forward to that. You so you go to these events, Clean Water, Healthy Futures, right? Other events. Talk to us about. You have a couple of groups. So one is through school. Why don't you tell us about that one?
So I started my environmental club in 6th grade, and I do that with 2 of our advisors at our school. And so what I do is I'll plan the meetings, and we do different projects. We've done 2 different audits for our school, and we go to different events and things. And we focus a lot on helping the southern residents and the salmon and the Salish Sea.
That's really awesome. And then is this your school group?
Yes, we got to go see the Jane Goodall documentary at IMAX.
Oh, that's awesome. And this was when?
June.
In June. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to give any shout outs here to these people?
Sure. So thank you to everyone who is in my environmental club and has supported me through the years and have gotten more involved with environmental conservation, and for going to Swan Creek, which is another thing we do, where we go once a month and we do restoration work. So we'll remove invasive species and plant native species. I don't think we have a before and after photo, but the picture that's on the screen right now, it used to be covered in Scotch broom, and so now we're planting a few different native plants.
That's really cool.
And we're out there every month, rain or shine.
You are just amazing. I mean, you're hitting every single point that needs to be hit here, because it's all connected, and that at 14, and I'm just I'm in awe. I'm sorry. I'm just wow, because the native plants, that is so important. That is incredibly important. Don't use chemicals. Every single thing you're doing is amazing. I just love you. Mwah.
You have a bunch of aunts now. Just saying, we're all gonna be your aunties.
And an uncle.
And an uncle. There you go. Sorry, Howard. What is this event? Is this
Yeah, so that's Ocean Fest, and I was setting up an Enviroscope, so it's kind of a demonstration of how stormwater runoff goes. So it's it's a model of a watershed, and then you spray different colored water that represent different chemicals, and then you spray water on it so it looks like it rains, and then you watch it go out into the ocean, and then you drain it, and then you put plants and different things, and you do it again and see how it's different. And so at Ocean Fest, I was selling my books, and I was also doing this, so I was talking about the southern residents, and yeah.
So you don't just have heart, you're brilliant too. And that's really cool. And that'll be really helpful. My goodness, Natalie. Oh, look, people are ordering the book right now. Let's see. Brandy just ordered. Let's see. Let's get 4 more people to order the book before Natalie jumps off. I think that would be fun. I like to challenge
Thank
people
you.
because it's fun. I'm going to get to kind of one of the big things that I didn't see a picture of this, but you did, you got an award,
Yeah.
right? What
Um,
about that?
for my work at Swan Creek with Metro Parks, I got a award at a Rainiers game. So we went and it was for my work, my restoration work with my club, and so I got to meet like one of the coaches and a few of the players, and they had a message after I was on the big screen and things. So yeah, and then I also went to um, I was also awarded at a school board meeting. I couldn't think of that for a second. And so yeah, recognized at a school board meeting. So yeah,
That's so great.
thank you.
And Roots and Shoots.
Roots and Shoots. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So last March I actually got to meet Jane Goodall, and that was life changing. And so she was very welcoming, and I just walked in the room and I saw her, and she's been my role model since I was like 7, and I started crying, and she just walked over and hugged me, and meeting her inspired me to start a Roots and Shoots group. And Roots and Shoots is uh, a youth-led organization, or a youth-led activism group. And so I'm still working on getting that started, but we'll be the first in Washington.
Wow. And I'm just showing all these pictures. Anything you want to say about these? I would cry too.
Oh, and it was 3 days before her.
Go ahead. It was 3 days
It was
before.
3 days before her 90th birthday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really great.
And so I made her a quilt, and it's out of recycled materials. And then she was the first person to have a copy of my book,
Wait, you made that?
which
The
you can't
quilt?
really see, but she's holding in that picture.
What? You made that? That's so great. That's so great. And I was going to ask you, it looks like she's holding your book there. So
Thank
she
you.
got the very first copy, huh?
Yes, she did.
Wow. Well, look at this is you and your mom.
And that was incredible.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
someone just ordered the hard copy cover. Sylvia ordered, Brandy ordered, Cindy ordered, Christine ordered. So people are buying your book, Natalie.
Thank you
and
for everyone who read my book.
go out there and make a difference. You're just so inspiring. I love, like, here you guys are going to see her in the movie. Go see her movie, and then here you are. That's just cool. It's just very, very cool. Deborah, anything you want to say at this point?
It's really beautiful and overwhelming because there's not a person on this screen that is not inspired by Jane Goodall, and to see the beauty of 3 generations, Jane Goodall, bunch of orchid dorks, and now you, Natalie. It's the beauty is it's overwhelmingly beautiful, and you have really truly filled my heart with hope today. And sign me a book and just leave it with the Well Museum, with the Well Center, because I'm down there all the time. If you wouldn't mind, would be really, really sweet.
Oh, that's great.
It's
I wanna see if we can. Oh, and see, now we got some people. We got some teachers, Natalie, that are saying, how can they
I'm
get?
sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh,
It was,
we have. So can you hear me now? Can you hear me, sweetie? I'm not sure if there's a delay. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Natalie, can you hear us? You might have a little.
Yes, I
Okay.
didn't hear the question. Sorry.
Okay. No, I was just saying. So
It's
one of.
me, the other computer, because.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. We'll let them get a couple switches going, and then we'll wrap up with Natalie. But how are you feeling, Howard, about hearing all this cool stuff Natalie's up to?
Kind of like Deborah, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know even where to go with this, but I'm in awe and so appreciate everything you're doing. And I'll tell you, you had me at, you heard about how Toki used to swim laps, because I probably told that story because I've been fascinated with that, not only because I used to run laps and so I kind of can relate to that, but because it shows her courage, her incredible personality, her joy of living in those terrible circumstances. And that is her, her personality, her character that I'm so happy to hear you appreciate. And I really want to read your book now.
Maybe she can sign you a copy too, Howard.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yes, if you could leave a copy for me too at the Whale Center, that'd be great. I don't know if we have a connection, if she's hearing or we're hearing her, but at least we can still see her.
Yeah, it seems like it got a little bit of a delay. Can you hear us, Natalie? I think they're trying to get another
computer up.
Going. Yeah, let me check in with Cindy real quick.
Well, I just
The connection's really bad.
It's okay. We can still see your pretty face, and
I think it's frozen.
Yeah, it's lagging. See, she's like,
Yeah. I wonder, Natalie, if you can turn the camera off, if it'll let us hear you better. Let's see. Well, let me text her real quick and see. Oh, they're getting help. But if we need to, maybe she could do it from her phone, if we have to. So let me send her the link in case.
it brings a lump to my throat too, Suzanne. I
can pull up the link and swap it.
All right, let's see. So, hey, Marcia, we're working on a little bit of a connection thing here with Natalie. Natalie, can you hear us now? So they're switching out laptops, guys. So just give them a moment while they do that. Marcia and Q, what's happening? What's behind you?
I can get it on there. Our little trailer, and we just wanted to put it out there again with our website. And we are in Carlsbad, New Mexico, and just having a ball. It's so beautiful here. Talking to lots of people. A little loud out here. Went to the caverns earlier, and stunning. It was really beautiful.
And yesterday, Marfa.
And we were in Marfa, Texas yesterday, talking to all kinds of people. And we're getting a lot of funny looks because we're out here in the desert with the whale tail on the camper. We're like, what?
Hey, that's the looks I've gotten all my life. In the desert with my whale tails.
So it's been great, and just sharing Toki's information and the webpage and all about the SROs. And it's amazing. A lot of people, they know about them already. They just don't know what to do. So, that's the part they need to understand. Like, there's a lot of bureaucracy, and we got to get to that level.
This
So
one should be okay
We
since
only
they're
have
swapping
15
up. Yeah.
minutes,
Let
so
me
Well,
check in real quick. Natalie, can you
interestingly, Natalie made up a
The
very
shade here.
nice little list of what you can do
They're just
that we can all use.
Oh, there we go. All right, let's check in with Natalie, guys, real quick. I think we're getting her back on. All
There
right.
we go.
Hi.
Hey, there we go. So what I was saying was there's some teachers on here who are saying how can they get their students involved. So maybe once you get your roots and shoots thing going on, maybe you can come back on and we can see if we can get a bunch of teachers to watch. If there's a way to get folks, other classrooms from Florida and other areas to be able to participate with you.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you got quite a few people. We have a couple of teachers who have responded since that post about, teaching that they're doing what they can do to teach about, how captivity is bad for animals. Someone just bought the book for their homeschooler. It's going to be part of their required reading. So you look like you got about 10 book sales so far here.
Thank you.
Yeah, from the show. And you will get more, Natalie, because you're doing big things. You are doing big things, and it's just really, really cool. I wondered if your mom is nearby and wouldn't mind coming on the screen. 'Cause I know we only have you for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Here she is.
Cool.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
Tara, right?
Tara, yes.
Is it okay if we just call you Natalie's mom, though?
Of course. I'm Natalie, Eli, and Nathan's mom. That's what I'm known by.
Awesome. That's awesome. I just wanted to bring you on the screen, Tara, to be able just to say thank you, because kids go through phases, and kids, are into different things, and you have completely fostered what she's into. And wow, is that going to make a difference for the Southern residents and for all the other advocates and future generations? So Tara, I just want to say thank you, bring you on the screen and really say thank you for helping her do that. And what a cool mom you are.
Oh, well, thank you. Of course. She's just so inspiring to me. It's unbelievable. And then she's mentioned all these connections. This is all on her. She's done all of this. When she set up the memorial, I offered help, but she's like, no, I got it. And every event, I'm there to support her, but she sets it all up. She reaches out to people. She's made some amazing connections. Even with meeting Jane Goodall, I started trying to set that in motion, but she's the one that got through to them. So it's been really inspiring watching her through all this past couple of years. And she said she started her environmental club in 6th grade, but she actually started a nature club in 3rd grade in the library with her friends. And that carried on through COVID. They did it on Zoom and everything. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Natalie, you're cool. You're very, very cool. She told me a cute story the other night when we were talking about, because I asked her, you're 14, you don't have a lot of history, right? How long have you been writing, And it's like, whoa, that's, but she was saying that she used to, when she was little, before she could write, she would draw pictures and you would help her write. She would tell you, right? And you would do writing, but she would tell you her stories. Yes. She's been telling stories since before she could write.
Yes, she has. It's been fun to see, again, that storytelling aspect of her personality grow. And she wrote a couple of books in 5th grade during the pandemic when she would get done with her homework, and instead of just kind of goofing off, she decided she still had time during that homework time. So she used that to write a couple elementary school age novels, also about conservation and animal protection. She didn't mention that her aunt and uncle, her aunt founded a animal rescue called Motley Zoo. And so they've been a huge supporter and inspiration to her as well. So she has a lot of support behind her through her family.
Yeah, I do.
That's awesome. She was bragging that she has great parents. And I just thought you should know that because, for kids to give those props out, that's really special. That's
Yeah.
really special. So thank you again, Tara, because I know that Natalie's going to do great things. And had you not taken her to Lime Kiln that day, or so, you just don't know, right? And
Right.
so you've fostered that, and that's really cool.
Yeah, that was an amazing moment. We both were like crying and in tears, and the whole family was there. But her and I were the ones that got up early and went, and they just happened to luck out and come around that last hour. So it was really a great experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. What a mature 14-year-old. You're just very articulate. You're smart. You're just, you're just cool. You're doing great things. What's your future look like, Natalie? What can we expect to hear about you in the future? Like degree? What's your plans? What's your future plans?
I want to do more in environmental science and maybe in marine biology and that sort of thing. So
That's great. I think you will. I bet you will. And I know we because we talk a lot, so I don't know that you have time to read us any of your book before we kind of start to wrap up, or do you have a minute to do that?
yeah, we do.
Okay, cool.
Tell them that it's two perspectives.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks.
Sure. So my book is from two different point of views. One is from my characters, and then the other is from Toki's. So I'll read a piece of the chapter from Toki's perspective. So I hum a little tune over and over in my head. It's the same song that we've been playing during some of the shows today. I don't understand what most of the words are, but I can't get the beat out of my head. It's gotten dark and and almost everyone left. I'm alone in the soundless darkness of the night, and I'm not tired yet. But I have to keep in shape so I can do well my shows. So I swim in laps around the tank. Each time I race myself going a little bit faster. The water crashes up around me in every lap. Okay, that was fun. Now what? Without anything better to do, I float at the surface of the water for a few moments. The silence rings, and then the nights are the worst part because it's kind of hard to read. It's very bright out
That's
here.
okay.
But the nights are the worst part of all because I'm so alone. But it's okay. I have the stars to keep me company. I don't know when to stop. I can. Sorry, it's kind of hard to read out here because it's
really bright. No, that was perfect, and I think that gives it. Just knowing that it's told from two different perspectives, and Toki's perspective is really, really sweet. Natalie, I don't know what your plans are on the 18th, but we're going to be doing an event in Lime Kiln, and I don't know if Tara's hearing this or not. If it works for your family at all to be there, we would be really, really overjoyed to have you be there with us. The event is called A Gathering of Hearts. And the reason titled it A Gathering of Hearts is because everyone at Toki is brought together, meeting there so that we can all be together in one place. And you are definitely brought in as well through her, and you have such a beautiful heart. And so I just want to extend that and let you know that that's from 1 to 4 at Lime Kiln on a Sunday. I know that can be somewhat difficult with school starting and everything, and we will live stream it from TokiTV, but if there's any way you guys could be there or even come out another day that weekend, we'll all be out there. We'd love to hang out with you.
Okay.
We would absolutely love to hang out with you. And if it doesn't work out on that weekend, I know that we're going to end up meeting up at some event or we will plan an event, right? We have people from Germany. Maria's on the screen now, who are coming, and she would love to meet you as well. So not to put anybody on the spot, but it'd be really, really great if you guys could come. And I know you're going to have to jump off to go prep for this, but I wanted to introduce you to Marcia real quick. Marcia, we talked about her the other evening. She is Toki's trainer. So I don't know if there's any questions you have for her, or Marcia, if there's anything you want to say to Natalie before she has to run off to do her book signing.
I do. Hi, Natalie. The work you're doing is amazing, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. And also, please come to Lime Kiln, and I'll bring you a copy of my book, and you bring me a copy of your book, and we'll swap books.
Okay. That sounds good.
I have to say, the part that you just read, the little excerpt, was very, very well done. It kind of made me feel like I was back down there with her again. So, good stuff.
Yeah, thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it really was. Just the few sentences you read, really, I could feel her in those words. It was beautiful. And it's amazing that we have the two Toki writers right here, the two authors of Toki books right here for us. It's wonderful. I hope we can get together at Lime Kiln.
I hope so too.
Let me ask you real quick, Natalie, who did the illustration?
My mom and I worked on it together.
What?
You did your own illustration too? Look at this, you guys.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's her home.
Place, not in the tank where she came from.
Where she belonged. Yep. Very nice.
Thank
So
you.
So if anybody has the Amazon link to a Natalie, I want one.
Yeah.
I do too.
Awesome. Natalie had 91 comments. And so what you can do is you can go back and read them, probably go through your mom's Facebook, because I think that's where most of the comments were coming from. But if you just watch the show, Deb Cruz has been putting them up, and I would say there's 91 of them. I would say 90 of them are saying, wow, the people are just really inspired by you. Deb Cruz are asking for that link again. I don't know if you're able to post that for the book. Lastly, Natalie,
before you go, I just want to say you're a breath of fresh air. You are so fresh and beautiful, and thank you.
Thank you.
Lastly, and I promise, Cindy, I'm letting her go now because Cindy's probably waiting for you. I don't know if Cindy wants to say anything, but what is the goal of your book? Tell us the goal. Why did you write it? Why did you finish it?
The goal of my book is to honor TokiTV and to inspire people to help save her family. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Natalie. Is there anything you want to say before you got to run off?
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you to all of the people who have supported me, and like my family, my friends, and I have so many connections with different people in the community who have helped me, like Cindy, and also thank you to all of you for having me, and for just everything you've said, and yeah, so thank you.
Please keep us updated on what you're doing.
Okay.
And like Dee just said on the screen, continue to be a leader and a light. You are a leader, Natalie, and we wanna follow and support what you're up to. So please keep us informed, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Cindy, for getting her all set up there. And I know she's got to run in. Yeah, Natalie, we'll see you again, I'm sure. Come hang with us, okay?
Bye.
Bye, sweetie. Wow. There we go. Thank goodness this is our next generation.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Like, it makes me feel better. It makes me feel a little better. So guys, we're talking about the 18th. We are coming up on the 1 year anniversary of when Toki was called home by the ancestors and her family. And we're all over the place with our emotions about that. But one thing that is really special is that we will be gathering together, a gathering of hearts. She has brought so many people together, and whether you can be there in person or not, please, during this time between 1 and 4, do either your own ceremony. Join us on TokiTV. We'll be live streaming, probably not for the full 3 hours. I don't think we'll have the ability to do that. But at least for the first hour, while people may be talking and sharing stories, and the actual ceremony portion, we will do that first. And we will stream it. So we will also be recording it, so that if for some reason there's a streaming issue, the weather, whatever, you never know what can do when you're out there like that. If for some reason we're not able to stream it live, or it's bad service, we'll have a video that we will get up as soon as we can. We're doing our best to, because we're all feeling it, right? And there's some heart, and sometimes you have these wounds that have started to heal, and this may feel like some scabs are opening. But they're there to, those wounds are there to heal, and the deeper the wound, the deeper the healing. And I really, really believe that. And so we're going to gather as a family, more like a family reunion, to celebrate her going home with her family, as did the Super Pod when they gathered when she returned home with them. So Maria, I can't wait to see you. Yeah, we're going to be all over the place with our emotions, but it's kind of like a family reunion, because it'll be good to see everyone as well, and heal together. So I just want to remind everyone, the 18th, there will be a shuttle. The event page should be updated. I believe we're meeting tomorrow night, Howard, and then we'll update the event page middle of the week, so that there's more information about the shuttles. We'll have some food there. Bring your water bottles. We'll have water, but bring your water bottles so that we're not wasting plastic. And anything you guys want to say about the ferries? Anybody want to give some tips on the ferries for those that may not know?
I will. You got to do it 2 weeks before, or 2 days before. So if you're gonna just come for the day, today is actually the 2-week mark. I don't know if you'll be able to get it. You got to call early at 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock in the morning, 2 days before, if you're coming the day, or whatever day, 2 weeks prior. I know it's kind of confusing. Go onto their site, and it makes a little more sense.
And if you're walking on,
they're really nice.
But if you walk on, there will be a shuttle option. So that's really cool. And we'll have the pickup spot and all that kind of stuff figured out. So if you're not able to get your car on, please come anyway. We will get you there. And I think there's already a transit there, and I'm going to not pretend I know what I'm talking about and wait for Cindy to tell me the details, because I think there's one that already goes en route to Sk'aliCh'elh, but there will be extra shuttles for this event as well. And traveling to the event, you don't have to drive all the way from Florida unless you're Marcy. What is happening? You guys tell us about your journey so far.
We have so we're on leg 3. First, we went from our place to Alabama and spent the night. And then from there, we went to Houston. And then that was our big drive yesterday, was Houston to Marfa, Texas. And we hung out and camped at the Marfa lights, like these weird little lights that come out of the desert. And I don't know what they were. We did see them. No idea what they were. But along the way, everywhere we go, if we stop for lunch, if we go and get a beer, if we stop and get gas, we're like, have you heard about the southern resident orcas? People probably think we're a little nutty, but we're just spreading the word, And I was using this sort of thing, the Blues Brothers, we're on a mission from God. But I think I was kind of scaring people away a little bit. So we're toning that down just a little bit. But it's been really amazing. Yeah. Meeting and people, last night, this family was like, oh, look at the whale tail. And then I came up with the mission thing, and the guy was like, orcas are my spirit animal. Oh my God. I didn't know about the southern residents, and he's going to
Gonna go to the website and check it out.
Yeah, and take action. So I normally am not this outgoing and talk to so many strangers, but I'm doing it, and it's cool. People want to know. So it's been great. And tomorrow we get to go see you, Annette.
Yay! I'm so excited about that. I was like, I don't know what you're doing wasting your time out there. Just get over here. But
run away.
Go ahead. Tour New Mexico, be a tourist, but get over here. I can't wait to see you guys.
So far, it's a beautiful state. And the Carlsbad Cavern, I mean, I'd read about it and I knew it was a cave. I'm like, yeah, it's a cave. Oh my God, it's not just a cave. It's mind-blowing. You're like in the spirit world down there.
We go for a 2-mile walk, 750 feet underground.
And he's a little claustrophobic.
Just a little bit.
So he was like, oh my God, what if one of those things fall? What if the ground caves in? I'm like, you know how old this cave is? I think we're going to be
able to collapse at any minute.
But it was fun. We've had a really joyous time so far. Our little bowler camper has been super comfortable, even in this heat.
And people are taking pictures.
People are taking pictures of us. They probably want us to get out of their way because they want to speed past us. So it's kind of nice. They got to slow down to get the photo, right? So,
that's really great. Well, thank you guys for sharing your journey with us. Just I don't even know how many cars you're going to see on your way there and on your way back, but you know that more people are going to learn about Toki and her family, and I appreciate you guys. I really, really appreciate you guys doing that. Oh, so good. I live here. I live here.
Fun. We're having a good time.
We are. It's an adventure and with purpose.
Meeting new people.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Awesome. You guys are awesome. You rock it. You're rocking it.
On a mission from God. Wait, I got to say that with my shades.
That's right.
That's right. But yeah,
in New Mexico, I can say that because I started my life in Albuquerque.
Well, there you go.
Well, I think I knew that, Howard. That's cool. How long?
On a mission from Toki.
That's right.
Go.
Right.
From Goddess.
From Goddess. Yeah.
From the goddess.
That's right.
So after Albuquerque, where are you headed? What is your route?
Well, after that's the Grand Canyon, and then up through Nevada. We're going to go to Yosemite, probably spend a couple of days there. Then out to the coast, Eureka area at California, the Redwoods, and a couple of days up in Oregon and Bend, a good friend of mine up there. From there, kind of heading back over through Portland and to Seattle. Pick up her sister and brother-in-law and get on that ferry.
Get on that ferry. And thankfully, Christina's help, we got our ferry tickets way ahead of time. And so we got them printed and they're in the glove box and we are getting on the ferry.
We're getting.
So
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I was up at 6:55 and completely missed my chance to get a reservation until 11 p.m.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
But I've got a couple of reservations, so, we'll do one of them.
There you go.
Well, hey, it's good to have a backup.
As long as you get there.
Yeah. And you've got your place to live, so you're set.
So we're set. Yeah. And, I can't wait to see all of you guys there. It's going to be amazing. This gathering is going to be so beautiful, and just Toki's essence will be there, and maybe even her family. And that's just going to be brilliant. So I can't wait to get there. So, yay.
It'll be fun.
Awesome. Thanks, Marcia and Q, for hopping on. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. It's going to be so great. Love you guys.
Yes, Annette, we need showers.
Luckily, I have a couple, so you'll be good.
We won't go there. BLM lands sadly are not equipped with such things.
Yeah, so we've been, primitive camping.
Maybe there's a creek tonight we can use.
Yeah, we'll go in the creek.
Oh, you guys are silly. Well, thank you guys for hopping on. I know you're on your journeys, and go finish talking to people and spreading more awareness. Love you guys so much. Deb Cruz, anything you want to say? No? Hey, next week we have Children of the Setting Sun joining us, and we're going to watch a film together next Sunday, so that'll be good. and all in preparation for meeting up with all of you. So yeah, Howard, any final thing to leave people with?
Oh, just bon voyage, safe travels, and looking forward to hanging out with you.
Sounds
Should
good.
be
Thank
fun.
you, Howard. You too.
I don't know if did you guys see the show earlier? I just want to put this again. Some of Natalie's pictures. She got to meet Jane Goodall and
Oh,
her hero.
Hello.
Jane Goodall was the first person to get to get Natalie's book. The very first person.
Fantastic.
that's amazing. What a
Yeah.
moment.
And that child is so amazing. She did this. She made this quilt for her as well.
Out of recycled materials, I might add.
Goodness.
So
Yeah.
I really hope we can meet her.
That's
I know.
that's a bright future there waiting to happen.
What is that? Cool Kid, her Orca Network hoodie there.
Awesome.
But yeah, so Natalie, again, thank you. Everyone watching who joined to see Natalie, thank you for joining us. And I'm sure she'll be back on. Deborah, final words?
Just a heart full of open love and gratitude, man. I'm overwhelmed. My heart needed to see this beauty today. So thank you again, Natalie, even though you're not watching.
She's busy signing books, which is awesome. Which is really cool. Christina, anything final?
I'm so inspired by Natalie, and so it just gives the I just feel like I could breathe a little bit because I feel the hope and the youth of our whole world. So she is just an amazing being, and I love you too. And she's gonna watch it later, so mwah, keep going, woo! And Marcia and Q, you guys are rocking it. I can't believe how much you guys have spread so much. I mean, it's like amazing. I'm sure there's going to be so many more people writing letters to breach the dams and all that. So thank you.
Our pleasure.
On a mission from Goddess.
That is really awesome. All right, guys, you have a good week, and we'll see you next week. And stay tuned.
Mwah.
Where she belongs.